It was a gloomy Tuesday in the year 2157. Margie sat at her desk, staring at the glowing screen of her mechanical teacher. Its monotone voice droned on. "Now let's calculate the square root of 256. Isn't math thrilling?" Margie groaned, slumping over her desk. "Thrilling? More like killing," she muttered under her breath. She hated her robot teacher, with its blinking lights and emotionless lessons. Worse, it had started glitching recently, asking her to calculate things like the hypotenuse of happiness, whatever that meant. Then came a shout from the attic. "Margie, come here, you won't believe what I found." It was Tommy, her obnoxiously curious neighbor. He was 2 years older than Margie, which he constantly reminded her of. She trudged upstairs, muttering, "If it's another one of his boring science experiments, I swear." But when she got there, her jaw dropped. Tommy was holding a dusty, yellowed object. "What is that?" Margie asked, wide-eyed. "It's a book," Tommy announced dramatically, as if unveiling a treasure chest. "A what?" "A book. You know, paper, ink, words that don't move or glow. People used to read them back in the Stone Age or something." Margie peered over his shoulder. Why would anyone read something that doesn't scroll? How do you even search for keywords? Tommy ignored her and flipped through the pages. "Look at this. It's about school." "School? Like ours?" Margie asked. "Nope, this is way different," Tommy said, reading aloud. "They had buildings where all the kids went together, and there were human teachers. They taught everyone at the same time." Margie gasped. "You mean they had to share a teacher? Gross. And how did they learn anything if the teacher wasn't programmed?" Tommy grinned. "Apparently, they learned a lot. And they had fun doing it." Margie snatched the book. "Fun? In school? That's impossible." She read on, her brow furrowing. "Wait, you're telling me kids actually played together? And laughed? And didn't have to deal with a cranky robot assigning 10 pages of fractions every day?" "Exactly," Tommy said. "It sounds amazing. No blinking screens, no error messages, just a bunch of kids sitting in a room learning and talking to each other." Margie's mind raced. She imagined herself sitting in a classroom surrounded by other kids, all laughing and whispering while a cheerful human teacher wrote on a chalkboard. It seemed magical. "I'd trade my robot for that any day," she said wistfully. Tommy smirked. "Well, too bad. Schools like that haven't existed for centuries." "Yeah," Margie said, sighing. "But imagine the fun they had." As she walked back to her desk, the robotic teacher greeted her with its usual lack of enthusiasm. "Time to resume your lesson on advanced calculus? Isn't learning wonderful?" Margie sighed. Wonderful. More like torture. But as the mechanical teacher droned on, she couldn't stop thinking about that old book. For the first time, she felt like she was missing out on something truly special. And that was the day Margie realized that sometimes progress wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Technology can enhance life, but nothing replaces the joy and warmth of human interaction. In the rush to connect with the future, don't forget the connections of the heart.